Hey, Jason, I just want to call and say I disagree.
Okay, what do you disagree with, Chuck?
I disagree with everything, man. I don't think that 9/11 was an inside job. I don't think that anything matters except for today my Steelers lost.
Are you being sarcastic, my man?
No, I'm serious, man. We should have won, and we didn't, and, I mean, pretty much that's the only thing that matters.
Well, I hear you. It's tough when the sports teams take a loss, but you know what? I'm basking in my afterglow of the Yankees dominating in the American League, but I haven't even got to see 2 or 3 games.
I don't want to hear about the Yankees, Jason. That's enough. That's enough, man.
All right, Chuck. Hey, I thank you for the call, brother. I think Chuck was being sarcastic. I don't think he really cared that much about the Pittsburgh Steelers. But who knows? I could be wrong. That is the mentality of most people out there. They're really concerned about their sports. And I'm bad, too. You know, I couldn't wait for UFC 103 this weekend. I watched it. I'm a big fan of MMA. I'd like to catch the World Series this year, if the Yankees are in it. You know, at least 2 games. I'd like to see 2. I'd like to see the one where they take the series and actually have the pile-on. Haven't seen it since 2000 when they beat the Mets, which was glorious. Almost a decade, Hoosh. That's tough for me. You know, I want to see some winning ways. And I've been waiting for an NBA championship for the New York Knicks my whole life. Yeah. I know. I'll be waiting a while for that indeed. So, you know, but that's side issue. I don't even get to watch that stuff most of the time. There's a time for that. There's a time for the tribalism and sitting down with the buddies and having the brews and eating the popcorn and the nachos, flipping the burgers out back. That's there to enjoy life after you've participated in it. And by participated in it, I don't mean went to your 9 to 5, kissed your wife, you know, disciplined your kid, and then just, you know, forgot about how the world works. Just said, you know what, bankers, just steal it all. I'm for the bailout. If we don't have this bailout, I had people coming up to me before the bailout saying it was a good thing. That if we didn't do it, the entire economy would collapse, and it was all over. It was like Armageddon situation, and they were usually right wingers, unfortunately, because remember the bailout was first introduced to us through George W. Bush, but promoted by future President Barack H. Obama. All right, let's go to John in California. John, you're on the line.
Hi, Jason. Listen, to change the subject, I think you guys really should start spending more time discussing Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck is out of control now. We're watching him going ballistic now. He's a clear and present danger to the American people as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'm obviously no fan of Glenn Beck, and I have talked about him on numerous occasions, not only on this show, but when I've hosted the Alex Jones show, and it's kind of a conundrum for me because at some level, you know, he does expose now the economic bad guys. He uses the phrases that, you know, Alex Jones, like follow the Republic, you're hearing that out of Glenn Beck's mouth. He's saying things like ask questions, demand answers about the economy when, you know, I had ask questions, demand answers printed up on little black and white posters for the 5th anniversary of 9/11. Well, Glenn Beck on the 5th anniversary of 9/11 really didn't want to ask questions and demand answers when he canceled myself and Dylan Avery from taking on the Popular Mechanics guys. We'd been booked for over 2 weeks and really talking to his producers for over a month. And after I eviscerated the Popular Mechanics guys on Amy Goodman's program on Democracy Now! Nope, we just get pulled. So yeah, is he a clear and present danger? You bet he is. But at the same time, he's leading people to our information. You know, when I went to that rally in San Antonio where Glenn Beck actually was, that Tea Party in April, a lot of people had seen the Obama deception. Now, does that mean they put all the pieces together and they understood everything right away? No, they were still there to see Glenn Beck on a lot of occasions. But at the same time, it's that spark, it's that fire. A lot of people haven't been awake since 2002, like myself, or, you know, like some people since the 70s or 80s. Some people are still really clouded in their judgment. So, yeah, is Glenn Beck a big problem and a huge opposition to overcome? You bet he is. But at the same time, he gives these little nuggets of truth that lead people to Infowars and Prison Planet and 9/11 Truth websites. I thank you for the call, John. G20 security driving away Pittsburgh's bustle. Now, for this upcoming G20, they've got security everywhere. They're going to stop bridge traffic. A lot of people, I think, are going to actually be stuck in the cities unless you take side roads and really go out of your way to leave. Okay, and why is this important? I'm wondering if they are really setting up a situation where security is so tight and so involved, that they don't have a situation like the one they had with the WTO in Seattle. Because a lot of people could be upset if on the 24th Barack H. Obama gets up there and says, well, I've talked to my colleagues in the United Nations. As many of you know, I'm becoming the head of the UN Security Council, and in order to move towards this green economy and work with the world, the dollar will no longer be the world reserve currency. But this is a good thing. But a lot of people might not think it's such a good thing. So, this is the only reason I can see them having the lockdown like they do. The city with a population of about 310,000 usually draws about 200,000 commuters on a typical weekday. They are cordoning off 3 full city blocks from all traffic altogether. And again, they're shutting down bridges. So are they doing this as a preemptive measure, as a pre-strike to the outrage? Remember, they're pushing this green economy. That's a headline. That's a Reuters headline. They're already out there. This is probably a press release from some monkey at the UN. Pittsburgh showcases green economy at G20. That's what this is. They're prepping you for it. That's why we have cap and trade. It's not to stop the big evil businesses from polluting the earth. It's to stop us from achieving our goals as a great humanity. We'll be back after this taking your calls, 888-201-2244.